What's up, Dallas Cowboys fans? Andy Carter here with your Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz here on the DSP Media Podcast Network. We welcome you into the show. We welcome you into the channel, as always. Hope you're having a great week. This is the Tuesday edition, July 26th of your Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz, which means Cowboys are at camp out in Oxnard, California. Our own Mike Fisher is out there live covering things for CowboysSI.com. We'll have all of the latest news updates, roster happenings, anything that happens out there, we'll be right on top of it for you. And the roster is kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about today, as I wanted to talk about maybe some roster bubble speculation. We got a little help from ESPN on this one, as they recently released their candidates for all 32 teams who they think may be on the roster bubble and why. But, of course, Trysten Hill, he's kind of become a forgotten name on the Cowboys defense, especially last season. Last season, the defense was one of the best in the league. Trysten Hill enters his fourth season in Dallas and in the NFL, and he's really got nothing to show for it. He was the 58th overall pick in 2019 out of UCF. 18 career games, he has just 27 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 8 quarterback hits, and only half of a sack. He appeared in 7 games his rookie season, tearing his ACL in the October 2020 game against the Giants. Yes, that game, the same game that took Dak Prescott out for the season with that ankle injury. But he recovered well enough to play 6 games last year. But I think I agree with ESPN for sure with everything he's been through, and with some of the other guys on the roster maybe haven't had more of an opportunity to play for whatever reason, whether it's performance or injury. I think Trysten Hill might find himself an odd man out. And you've got guys like Neville Gallimore, Dorrance Armstrong, by the way, the guy that they think will take Randy Gregory's place, hopefully on the other side from DeMarcus Lawrence, O.C. Odigizua, Chauncey Golston, Carlos Watkins. All of these guys have shown more than Trysten Hill. And they're all going to be competing for playing time on the defensive line. But ESPN, as I mentioned, released their candidates for all 32 teams who they think will be on the roster bubble. And their commentary said this, quote, Hill, a former second-round draft pick, is entering the final year of his rookie deal and has yet to make much of an impact. Some of that is injury. He missed 22 games over the past 2 seasons because of a knee injury suffered in 2020. While the Cowboys like to use a rotation along their defensive line, Hill will be fighting it out with Gallimore, Odigizua for playing time at the 3 technique, and coordinator Dan Quinn isn't opposed to using defensive ends on the interior. Depending on how he performs in the preseason, Hill could become a trade possibility. There doesn't appear to be a role for him beyond 2022, which makes him expendable. Now we actually posed a draft trade scenario or a trade scenario a few shows ago. I don't remember how long ago it was, where we were trying to send I was trying to send Trysten Hill to New England for N'Keal Harry. Just to give both guys a fresh start, to give both guys some new scenery. But, of course, N'Keal Harry is gone, and he has been shipped to Chicago. So, I think it was Chicago. So, that won't be happening. And I don't think Dallas, I think the only way they trade him really is if, number one, they've got a buyer, and you're not going to get more than, a 5th or 6th round pick. But something's always better than nothing, because you never know what that pick could turn into. You could package it with another deal for somebody else, whatever. But I think that's really the best scenario for Trysten Hill right now. 6'3", 308 pounds. He does fit the mold for Dan Quinn and the Cowboys with that big guy movement. But I think Jerry and Steven are already looking at his replacements from beyond the 22 season. Of course, defensive tackle John Ridgeway was a 5th-round pick by the Cowboys this past April. He's already showed a ferocious side in OTAs and in camp. Hill never showed any of that his entire time here. The 6'5", 320-pound Ridgeway told the draft show after his selection he was ready to break someone's neck when he gets out there. which I kind of like that. You know, I think you want that from a guy. You need that meanness. You need that streak from a guy. Trysten Hill has never shown any of that out there at all. So, you know, again, second round rookie, Sam Williams from Ole Miss. He's another name that you're going to add to that crowded defensive front. I really think he'll just he's the odd man out. And if the Cowboys can't let him go via trade, if they can't find a keeper for a trade candidate for him, I really think he's gone. And you may see he'll here for the last year in 2022. He might not even make it the entire year, to be quite honest with you. But we'll see what happens there. Find me on Twitter at IndyCarTim. The show is at Cowboys Daily Pod. Leave me a comment here in the comment section on YouTube if you're watching there. Would love to converse with you, talk about Trysten Hill, maybe some possible trades, anything Dallas Cowboys camp related I would like to talk to you about. Also, make sure you're over there at CowboysSI.com checking out our content. We'll do it all again tomorrow, boys and girls. Until then, we'll see you. What, my puppy? What is that, my puppy?